Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is still Modibe Daniel Chibuzo, and I am the owner of Cash Institute. And our slogan is remains making digital marketers. Cash Institute is where we make digital marketers, and we're still on the topic of how to create your own drop shipping business. Okay, now today we're talking about how to accept payments on our dropshipping website. I got a lot of responses from people when I opened my portal for them to learn how to create their own to start their own dropshipping business. And most of the questions that came in were how to accept payments on their site, which predicated the recording of this video. Okay, I also need to make you understand that the platform we'll be using to accept our payments is Paystack. Paystack is one of the online leading online payment processing platforms in Nigeria. Online processing companies in Nigeria, payment companies in Nigeria, that has been helping millions of online marketers to make money online, to accept payments online, whether you're selling a book, a software, or even a membership website. Paystack definitely can help you resolve payment matters. All they need to do is enter their credit card details, and it goes to your Paystack account with them, and within 24 hours you're able to receive your payment after such when your customers or your visitors pay for whatever service you're charging them. Okay, that is Paystack. All right, and I also like you to understand that this video will also explain how you can the nitty-gritties behind Paystack. Okay, so let's just dive right in instead of just explaining the whole thing all over again. So first thing we want to do is go to our website, and let's start with that. Okay, I'm gonna have to log in. Now, this is the dashboard of my own shopping site. This is the site I use as an example, to create how to start a dropshipping business video. Okay, now I need to go further on it. The first thing you want to do is to install WooCommerce. I already installed WooCommerce here. Okay, but the first thing you want to do is to install WooCommerce, because without WooCommerce, the Paystack plugin would not work. Okay, now after installing WooCommerce, the next thing you want to do is to go and register on Paystack. So let me just quickly show you how to install WooCommerce. All you have to do is you move your mouse to plugins and click on add new. Okay, and when you're done with that, you move over to your search, to the search field, and type in WooCommerce. Okay, so it should give you the WooCommerce plugin. Now, if you look at this is already active. This shows that I have installed it. So when you activate it, it takes you through a series of process of installing WooCommerce. Okay, it's a self-explanatory thing. I don't need to create that video. If it is necessary for me to create that aspect, fine. But it's a simple explanatory thing that you don't need anybody to explain that to you up until setting it up properly. Okay, so that is it. So now that it is activated, the next thing we want to do now is to move over to Paystack. Okay, I already have Paystack open here. Now this is my Paystack account. This transaction you're seeing here should not distract you. It was a transaction it was a product I tested so a few days back, which actually generated just one sale. Immediately I opened it, so I had to shut down the product as soon as possible. Since it was able to generate that sale, I had to start creating an automated process to make everything work out, because I was online all through the whole day in order for this transaction to happen. And when I understood how it worked out, I had to I need to automate the system. So that's a discussion for another day. What I focused on is our Paystack account. So what you want to do is that I'm already logged in right now. So the first thing you want to do is to go to paystack.com and click on register. It's free to register. You're not paying anything to register, unlike some other ones that you get to pay some amount of money. It is quick and very fast to register. Now, after registration, Paystack will require some documentations from you. The first document Paystack will require from you is your utility bill. Most times, the utility bill is your NEPA bill, just for verification purposes, to make sure that you actually pay utility bills, okay? And the second thing you require is one of three of the following. Let me recap. The first thing you need is your utility bill, and your utility bill is usually your NEPA bill, or your light bill, okay? And the second thing you need is one of three of the followings. One of three of the followings. It is your national ID card, your international passport, or your driver's license. I take it again. Your national ID card, your international passport, or your driver's license. It is very, very important. Now, that means you're submitting your utility bill and one of these three that I just mentioned. It is very important. Now, once you're able to submit that, once you've been able to submit those documents, Paystack approves your account. And for those people who already have a registered company, you still need to submit your utility bill, probably your national ID card, international passport, or driver's license, one of the three, and your CAC certificate. Very important. Okay, so once all these things have been submitted, Paystack approves your account, depending on the level you're coming in, either as a starter business package or a registered business package. Now, the difference between these two accounts is that one of them have limitation and the other doesn't. Your starter business package that doesn't have a registered, your CAC certificate uploaded, can only take a transaction of 2 million in a month. Not 2 million in a month. That is the transaction limit, life transaction limit. And a plus, you can see right here. Okay, your maximum payout is 2 million. Okay, so you can only receive 2 million. Maximum payout, the maximum amount of money that can be paid into your account is 2 million, and that is the maximum. And for the ones that have registered company or a registered certificate uploaded, their lifetime amount is 3 million. Not much of a difference, but imagine if you have a lot of order in a month and it's beyond 2 million. You're in trouble, because you have to just stop whatever transaction you're having, and you have to wait until you withdraw before you can do anything. Okay, so that is what I need to make you understand about Paystack. Okay, so what other thing do we have to know about Paystack? Another question came in to ask, like, does Paystack accept international payments? That is why you're into dropshipping. Yes, Paystack accepts international payments. They do accept international payments. However, there is a clause to that. Compared to if a payment in Nigeria is made, you receive your payment, such transaction, the payment to such transaction in 24 hours. That is to say, if somebody in Nigeria makes a payment for a product that I'm selling, I will get my money by this time tomorrow. Yes, by this time tomorrow. But when it is a foreign person, when it's an international transaction, okay, I would not be able to receive that money in 24 hours. I will only receive that money 7 days after the transaction has taken place. Yes, 7 days after the transaction has taken place. That is the rule for Paystack. Okay, now once that has taken place, another question that will come up again is, if it will take 7 days, then how do I receive my money to reimburse into my business? Good question. And that is why I told you, I said earlier on in my former video that you require a certain amount of money to start dropshipping. Yes, in your account. Because once the money comes in, you have a way to, you need money to fulfill such orders. Okay, you need money to fulfill those orders that are coming in. Unlike if you had a PayPal account. Now, I do not advise people to go using PayPal. Most people are really desperate using PayPal. Yes, some people have been successful using it for a very long time. But the day PayPal gets a hold of you, you lose all your funds. I mean, every single thing, and you won't be able to dispute anything because you have disobeyed their terms and conditions to start with. So that is why using PayPal to do business like this can be very risky. You understand? Because we're not listed among the PayPal companies that can actually receive funds. We can only send funds, or we can only use our cards to buy something. We cannot use our card to receive officially, except you go through other means. Okay, so it takes you 7 days to receive your payment from whatever transaction you're doing. So I always advise people to have startup capital in order to fulfill whatever product or whatever transaction or orders that has been made. Okay, so I'll talk more on this as we go on, but let's just go further. So now that you have a Paystack account active, the next thing you want to do is to go and install the Paystack plugin into your website. Okay, so I'll come here and type Paystack. Paystack. Okay, so this is what we need here. This one, Paystack WooCommerce Payment Gateway, not the form, the payment gateway. So we install it because we already have WooCommerce. If we didn't have WooCommerce on our platform, this will not work. Okay, so it requires WooCommerce to work. It requires WooCommerce to work. Okay, so it has finished installing. All we need to do is reactivate. Okay, fine, activated. So we scroll down to where it is, and yes, this is it. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is to set up Paystack in such a way that WooCommerce will recognize it and accept it as the primary form of payment, of accepting payment on your website. Okay, you have to set it up in such a way that WooCommerce will recognize it as a primary source of accepting payment on your website. So how to do that is to move your mouse to WooCommerce and click on settings. Okay, you move over to payments. Very quickly. Okay, fine. Now, why we are saying this is because I had to uninstall Paystack for me to demonstrate this in this video. So ordinarily, when you have installed Paystack for the first time, when you have installed Paystack for the first time, what you notice is it's going to look like this. Okay, so when you come to this place, to this section of WooCommerce or WooCommerce setting, you meet it like this. So all you need to do is to click on this, okay, and you click on manage. Okay, now that you click on manage, it is enabled. You click here to enable it. Once you're enabling it for the first time, you'll find out that it will look something like this. Enable test mode. Okay, and this is the test mode. It means you can always use it to test run whatever transaction you want to do, which doesn't require real money. Okay, but what you want to do really is to uncheck the enable test mode. Okay, the inline shows the payment pop-up on the page, while inline embed shows the payment page directly on the page. So what this means is, once the person makes a payment, Paystack payment proceedings appear as a pop-up on the screen, still on the site, while the inline embed takes you away from the payment site and takes you to another page owned by Paystack to continue the transaction. So I usually like to use inline, okay, so that my customers will still be seeing the images of whatever they purchased in the background but faded. Okay, now the next thing is the live key. The live key is very, very important. Live secret key and the live public key. You would ask me, where will we get that from? You can always get that from your Paystack account, and I can show you mine here, right here. Okay, so all you need to do right now is when your account has been activated, move your mouse to API. After logging in, move your mouse to API, okay, and you will see everything you need right here. So all you need to do is you copy the live secret key, and paste it in the live secret key here. Okay, and then you copy the live public key and paste it in the live public key section. Okay, and once you're done with that, don't touch any other settings. Click on save changes. Okay, with this, your site is ready to accept payments locally or internationally. You understand? So how now the question becomes, how much do I need to actually start up? How much do I need to actually start up this dropshipping business so that I'll be able to fulfill the order, since I'm going to be receiving money after 7 days of all the transaction? Simple. I will advise you to sell products that are very, very cheap. Products like that are like $1, $2 at most, that are in high requests. Okay, products that are in high demand, but are very cheap. So if you look at $1 right now is about 360 naira. So if you can look for a product you can be selling at 360, at most 600, at most 700 naira or 720 per product. Okay, you'll find out that you can afford to, at 720 is something you can be spending per time. So if you have an investment, aside, stashed somewhere, say you have like 15 to 20,000 naira stashed for fulfilling orders. Now the essence is this, is to fulfill order in that first week. So imagine when you have been able to make a lot of money, and by the following week when you're going to receive your payment from Paystack, you find out that the amount of money would now balance up for you to start doing fulfillment. But you just need that amount of money to be able to do your order fulfillment in that first week. Why? So that you'll be able to receive the money that you have been able to make in the previous week. Okay, so by the time the money now comes in, you are okay enough to continue fulfilling orders and then waiting for the money at the end of the week. It is safer that way to handle your business. Okay, so you have somewhere stashed, say 15 to 20,000 naira, and for a start you have another 5,000 naira stashed for Facebook adverts. Okay, now to cut your cost on Facebook ads, I am only saying that I might say it in other videos, but to cut your cost on Facebook ads, you really need to connect every of your payment or every of your customers to your email list, to your autoresponder. It is very important. That cannot be overemphasized. And the reason is so that whoever purchases anything and he gets into your autoresponder, becomes a lot easier for you tomorrow, because once you have a fresh product that you want to sell, sending them an email telling them this product was just released and it can only be gotten by them at so and so price for a limited time period, you will find out that all of them will rush into it to buy. They will be the front line of people who will purchase your product before running into adverts. So it's a lot more easier to make your money from that perspective. Okay, so very quickly, another question came up again. Okay, how do I find products that are quite cheap to buy? Okay, so I actually discussed in my last video, that is how to start your own drop shipping business. I talked about doing female stuffs. Among the things I talked about was doing female stuff. So I actually already done a research for female bangles, and you can find out that these female bangles here are very cheap, $1 to 2.5 now. This is not that. This is a little bit expensive. Oh, look at this one here. So it is up to you. Make your researches, do your researches. Okay, find out the best, the cheap ones that you can buy, depending on your startup capital, depending on the stashed amount of money you have, in order to fulfill all the orders that come in when you list on your website. Okay, so once you're able to decipher to know, okay, I think I'm going to sell this product. Now look at this one. This one is sold for not up to 200, not up to $2, and that's like 600 and something naira per order. You understand? Look at this too, 129. Excuse me. You understand? So there are quite a number of, okay, this is wonderful too, 1.51. So there are lots of ways you can look for cheap products, female stuffs, female women buy things on impulse. Ladies buy things on impulse. So once it looks good and looks cheap, you're good to go. For this product now that sells like $1.5 to $2, you can resell it on your site for $10. And because of the fact that people have taste, a lot of people will still buy from you at that price. I can assure you. Okay, so once all this is put together, if you find out that it is quite easy to start up a drop shipping business. Okay, guys, so that is how to set up your payments model, how to accept payments on your drop shipping website. It is not a difficult thing. Okay, so it's quite easy to run that. I'll see you in my next video where I'll be discussing a whole lot of secrets behind drop shipping businesses. Okay, do have a wonderful day ahead, and I'll be signing out right here. I still remain Modibo Daniel Chibuzo. Thank you very much.